Should I buy Cardano ADA? This is a common question that crops up a fair amount in the crypto space. And today I'm going to be giving you my cheeky price prediction for 2025. Let's get into it. Hi guys, welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick and today we are out on the yacht just kind of enjoying some of the sights of Dubai, and I wanted to run through with you guys some of the questions that crop up in the crypto space and my thoughts and opinions on where I think things are heading. So let's kick things off by that. Kind of answering that question, should I buy Cardano ADA? Now, obviously, any OGs of the channel will know that I'm already a pretty hefty investor when it comes to Cardano's ADA. But I'm going to run through why. Why do I believe that Cardano is the kind of ecosystem that you want to be backing, right? There's a lot of kind of FUD out there. There's lots of fear, uncertainty, and doubt when it comes to Cardano. And there's a few things that I think is definitely worth understanding. One, Cardano hasn't been built with kind of that pump and dump in mind. Instead, Cardano is being built as an ecosystem in a modular way that's going to last the test of time. This is very important to understand. There are many ecosystems out there, specifically layer ones, that are kind of copy-paste. They're kind of built with kind of here and now in mind. What's in store maybe for the next 2 years, but not really kind of thinking about what the next 10, 20, 50, or even 100 years has in store for it. So let's kind of reflect on the modular aspect when it comes to Cardano. So Cardano's ecosystem, unlike others, is kind of modular, which means there's no real hard forking going on. Upgrades can happen on-chain, essentially, and it's very, very interesting when we start thinking about kind of the foundation of Ethereum, for example, built one way and then had to migrate over to proof of stake, which was a very, very difficult process to happen. It wasn't something that was easy to do. It had many issues, and over the years we've seen, unfortunately, many problems when it comes to Ethereum. Ethereum has unfortunately seen its fair share of hacks. It's seen billions of dollars lost through bad coding and things like that. Now, Cardano is very different from this. With its modular approach, it actually has a pretty robust way of kind of ensuring upgrades happen on the network. It means that we're not going to see those same kind of issues where future-proofing is problematic. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to see some fantastic upgrades that are happening whilst the chain still remains live without the kind of users having to deal with huge technical barriers. This is a huge milestone for the entire industry. It's well worth noting. Now, of course, there are other things going on, specifically when it comes to the amount of projects that are building and that are kind of, utilizing the technology, right? There's lots of, again, fear, uncertainty, and doubt around whether or not projects are building on the ecosystem. I'm sure you guys have heard the saying, right? Cardano is a ghost chain. This technically isn't true. There are thousands of decentralized applications being built for the Cardano ecosystem. Of course, the mainstream media don't want you to know this. This is because the mainstream media is pretty much backed by VCs or venture capitalists, and the VCs are not backing Cardano. Cardano ADA was a fair launch. Again, another reason why I am so pro ADA. One of the things that is really important for the Web3 space is decentralization, and recently Chris did cover the Edinburgh Decentralization Index, which is critically important in understanding how centralized or decentralized an ecosystem is. And I'm pleased to say that Cardano is probably one of the world's most decentralized networks, and what's really interesting is when you start comparing it to others like Bitcoin and Ethereum. If you haven't checked that video out, guys, I do urge you guys to go ahead and do so. So what about the price prediction? Where do I think Cardano is heading in the longer term? Like I said, we're talking price prediction 2025. And while I do think that we are in a very corrective market at the moment, and we're seeing Cardano ADA unfortunately be negatively impacted with a pretty significant move to the downside of over 50% at the moment, I do see Cardano actually rallying up in the coming weeks and months. And the prices that I think we're going to see are truly going to melt people's minds. Now, it's not going to be an easy road. It's going to be slow going. It's going to take some time, but what we are going to do is we're going to take that methodical approach that Cardano has to its technology and apply it to the charts and apply it to the price action. I think over the coming months, we're going to see Cardano reach new all-time highs, surging up towards that $5 to $12 range. Now, the $5 to $12 is a nice conservative range in my humble opinion. Taking it from the lows of 22 cents to about $5 will be a huge milestone in itself. But if we are able to see some of these decentralized applications actually rallying up and significantly surging, we are going to see the amount of ADA required by users multiply. And this multiplication is going to see the price of ADA significantly surge. And this is not just because, there's new users of the ecosystem. This is because of supply-demand metrics. We already know that there's a huge amount of Cardano locked up through TVL. TVL at dollar value has been dropping significantly in line with the price action. But what you're not seeing is the amount of ADA in itself is actually staying locked up, meaning you're seeing the TVL dollar value drop because of price action, but you're not seeing the same level of decrease when it comes to the actual amount of native tokens that are locked up. This is a huge milestone because it does underpin the idea that there's a lot of people who do believe in what Cardano is trying to achieve. With TVL the way that it is and the adoption the way that it's going to go, in my humble opinion, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see Cardano's ADA actually rally up more towards the $38 level. And yes, I know what the market cap would be. I've been through that a number of different times already. Now, when it comes to this price action, that in itself will be a very impulsive target. It will be very difficult to achieve. It might not take one cycle, it might take a couple of cycles to get there. But one of the things I'm confident on is that we are likely to see the price action of ADA surge up to some of those fantastic levels. You can let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below, whether you think I'm being way too generous for Cardano here, or whether you think actually $34 in the longer term or $38 in the longer term is about right. Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't done so already, you should check this video out where we're discussing some of the other things that are going on in the crypto space.